What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the meditations for our most recent game of Star Wars Shatterpoint Battle Reports. And featuring the Mandalorian Cad Bane against Mace Windu and Luminara. And we had a very heated first struggle. Second struggle, I basically just said, nah, man, I'm out on this one. Let you take it very quickly.
Yep.
Get myself into a better position. And then third struggle, honestly, was very much dictated by the Mandalorian Din Djarin just waking up and choosing extreme amounts of violence.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm pretty sure Luminara's missed a hand at this point after that shot.
Well, she didn't really get shot.
Oh, no, it wasn't her that
took out Echo and Tech.
It was Echo and Tech, yeah.
She just got shoved off.
Echo's missing his other hand.
Yes.
He's now got two scamp arms.
100% scump all the time.
So I want to start this off just by saying I did both the things this game.
You did the things.
I'm very happy with it. IG-11 blew up, which honestly I thought was going to put me so far behind this game.
I will say this was I think a very, very good showing of him blowing up because it didn't do enough damage. Like Mace Windu's still on the same amount of damage he was when IG-11 blew him up.
Yep.
Like, didn't do the damage, lost that point for you.
Yeah.
And you...
no, he didn't lose the point because you wounded him, so Mando's flowed the force. Mando's reposition
tied the point. Yeah.
Tied the point.
You're right. So it lost a lot of pressure on this side of the board, but you still pulled it back with the rest of your team. I think this was a really good showing of everyone around you, and a good showing of maybe IG-11 blows up at a really inopportune time. It's still not game over.
Yeah. And I think that's actually the biggest takeaway. It's not game over. You're definitely crawling up a hill there, but it's definitely not game over. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, you did take me to task with quite a few rolls, right? Yeah. Like, the Bounty Hunters have a bunch of damage. Barris did some good work into Jango Fett and the Bounty Hunters.
Barris getting 7 successes on 6 die is a reasonable thing, and that's amazing.
Between clips, I'm like, wait a minute, how did you do that?
Yeah, 2 expertise converting to a strike and 2 hits is wild.
Can't argue that. But yeah, like finally making good use of Cad's ability to like just keep jumping forward was huge.
Yep, Cad got a lot of movement this game, and it turned him from, oh, that's neat, to, oh, he's right in my grill, and he's going to be a threat as soon as he flips.
Because I think before he even activated, he was like, jump there,
he got 3 jumps there. So he started his activation around here, and that's a terrifying place to start.
Yeah, and he was in a position where he got a lot done, and then I think the final one was... because I got I can't remember who was on this point, but I got them off the point, got them out of 4 of Cad. Mm-hmm. So instead of making a damage, I was able to just jump forward again. And Cad was huge in this one, just a position. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what actually kind of got me this one. I positioned a lot of my forces early, and it paid off.
Yep.
Like, I think that's what it kind of came down to. It paid off.
I think I agree with you on that one. Grief Karga really helped with that, getting your Bounty Hunters on this side of the board a little bit further up.
Oh yeah, because he was the first pull, and he's just like, okay, IG-11 and Mando.
Yeah, we both had pretty good first draws between him and Pawn, so you got a little bit more value out of it. But I gotta say, I think the real winner here for your team was Cad Bane's ability to refresh your force.
Yes, I got so much out of that, because what is it? I took Pawns, the ARPs twice, and Echo and Tech.
Yep.
Although Echo and Tech, I don't think...
technically would have recovered you some force at the end there. So. But
just when I just shot them. Yep. It was huge, and it gave me a lot more force to play with, which was really big.
I think that's a big game changer, and I feel like this list, this particular one where it's Oops All Bounty Hunters and Grief Karga, is going to make waves. I feel like this list is very, very good. I feel like it's got a lot of force economy. I think it's got movement economy. I think it's got the Mandalorian, who I still think is amazing.
So here's the thing. Like, the Mando wasn't rolling poorly against Mace. Mace was just very defensive this game, right?
Flipped over to Jedi Master, and that expertise is chef's kiss. Love it.
Like, I mean, if Mando had been going into anyone other than Mace...
They're dead.
Yeah, like that his rolls were actually really kind of solid.
I mean, you saw what happened when he went into Echo and Tech. He didn't even need to go on his damage tree. He just killed them.
He just chose extreme violence and got 5 damage through and just bam.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's kind of crazy. Like I think for only having 10 force this game, I think I spent like about 11 or 12.
Yeah, you definitely spent more than your fair share.
And I mean, this is the way is such a good identity. like recovering twice before the reposition.
Yep.
So I mean, you're always getting rid of a potential pin.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting rid of a potential what is it? Strain
Mm-hmm.
and all this sort of stuff. And then you're just getting out of dodge.
Yep.
And then you're giving a whole bunch of hunker to a bunch of bounty hunters.
Yep. A recover before doing a reposition is massive. I think it happened at least once in this game where you recovered a pin off and then just walked away.
That's
like,
how,
you pinned me? Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's how Mando got over here and put me in a position to just do diceless displacement onto Lumi, right?
That really kind of out of activation, getting rid of a pin and screwing over plans is really, really good.
Yeah. He's a tough one to work around. Like a lot of your in between rounds and turn discussion points was like, okay, how do I deal with what's going to happen if I do this? And
yep. I think he really kind of warps a game around him. He comes out and you go, okay, everything I do affects Mando. Do I shoot Mando? That affects Mando. Do I not shoot Mando? That affects Mando. Do I just stand on points? That somehow also affects Mando.
Somehow, oh lordy, Mando coming. And then that's just it. Like, actually, I think that sums up really nicely. Oh, lordy, Mando coming.
Yeah.
Because he's just got so much rapid movement.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's one of those. It's kind of a selfish identity because like it is just a reposition for him. But those recovers, he can recover allies. You know, he's giving hunkers out to.
It's selfish. I think the truly, I think the drawback of the Mando is that he doesn't like being with things that aren't bounty hunters, mercenaries, or scoundrels. Is that it?
Yeah, because Clan of Two.
Mandalorian or scoundrels. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's the Clan of Two. If I want to use it, I need to make sure all the allied units within two are not. They have to be bounty hunters, Mandalorians, or scoundrels.
Yeah, and his this is the way affects Mandalorians, bounty hunters. And scoundrels gives them that hunker, which didn't come up too much, but it's still very good.
Well, Grief is still sitting on that hunker that he gained early on.
Oh yeah. Which also goes to show how we only did 13 activations in this game.
I did.
Or not 13, 10,
I did
10.
I did 10. Yeah.
Yeah, 10. My apologies. I did math wrong.
It was a very rapid fire game.
Yeah, very quick. But yeah, Mando's just really good. IG-11 still very, very good. I think I do really enjoy his shoot twice. I think it's very, very balanced for a shoot twice because I think about every time I've seen it happen, he gains a momentum from killing someone and then loses it from not killing the next one.
I think I've only pulled it off once, where I've gotten the momentum on both.
And you really need to kind of tee that up.
Now, and having said that, I almost took the ARFs in that second shot, right?
Oh, it was real close. It was terrifying.
Like if I'd gotten, I think, one more success, maybe one more success, I think. No, it's 2, 4. No, you know what? I would have had to get my full tree to get the ARFs on it.
I love IG-11. I think he's a very flavorful, very balanced model, very good, and I think he can blow up in your face.
He's fun. He's fun, and he exploded. I'm like, yep, I'm living for this. I am all for him going kaboom.
I think it's hilarious. I really can't wait to get him on my side of the table.
Stupid Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, things have not quite arrived here. We're still using the wonderful generosity of AMG here.
Which I thank you for very much, AMG. I appreciate you sending this man Mandalorian so it can beat me across the brow.
Yeah, well, we'll have to give you a swing at the Mando at some point soon as well. But yeah, no, great game. And honestly, I think this was a good showing for Luminara and Barris as well.
Yes, Barris did fantastically. Luminara got to do some fun stuff. Her Flow of the Force, I remembered it this time. It did some fun things.
And honestly, if it wasn't for you came close to wounding some more people, but you just didn't quite have that extra punch.
Yeah, that little bit of extra punch. If I had gotten the ARFs up a little bit sooner, getting that coordinated fire off, I did towards the end. Of struggle, or my first go through the deck, I was running low on force and didn't have the economy to just pay the force to coordinate fire exposed. Yeah. And they were too far back to do it before that. So
really they were one of your last polls, weren't they?
Yeah, they were second to last, I believe.
Yeah, that was kind of rough.
Until then, one of them was hanging out here, which really didn't hit. It may have hit Mando, but at that point I was so low on force that I needed to spend it on other stuff. And
I mean, IG-11 got up, weakened them, and then CAD was able to come up and finish them off. And
so without the exposed to kind of back up that punch, it was a little bit rougher, but that is what it is.
Pawns activated once. He moved someone. I think it was an ARF trooper.
Yeah, he moved the ARF trooper up to get a point. He walked onto a point. He hunkered. That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful. All right. Well, I think that's it for this particular one. So, Alex, as usual, thank you so much for coming out.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks for everyone watching. Leave your comments below, and we will see you next time. Happy wargaming.